Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Avanti Morocha. Today I'll share all the information you need to know about which printers work best with your Cricut machine. Also, if you are in the market for a new printer, I'll share a list with my top recommendations. Now, let's begin. Most Cricut cutting machines, except for the Cricut Joy, have a print and cut feature. To use this feature, you'll need a printer, and Cricut recommends using an inkjet printer. Inkjet printers can use either ink cartridges or tanks. If you plan to print a lot, consider getting a printer with tanks. Inkjet printers typically come with dye inks, pigment inks, or a combination of the two. Dye inks use color substances that are absorbed by the paper, while pigments remain on top of the paper. An easy explanation I found online compares dye to sugar dissolving in water and pigments to sand mixed in water. Some brands of glossy paper don't work well with pigment-based printers. I prefer dye ink printers because their prints tend to be more vibrant. However, it is also important to mention that prints made with pigment inks tend to be more long-lasting, which is why they are most commonly used in books and magazines. I use the Epson Expression XP15000 for my paper crafting projects, including stickers. This printer can print in larger formats such as 13 by 19 inches, and it works with cardstock. It uses 6 ink cartridges, all of which are dye inks. This printer produces very high quality prints. The only downside is the high cost of the ink. I recommend getting a printer with ink tanks if you plan to print a lot. This printer features two trays. The bottom tray is for regular paper and smaller sizes, while the rear tray is designed for large formats and thicker material including cardstock. I'll be printing on an A3 piece of heavy cardstock. This is 100 pounds. I fast forwarded this part of the video and the printing process took 2 minutes. Keep in mind that the time may vary based on your preference and the type of paper you're using. Don't forget that if you are using photo paper, you need to set the type of paper correctly on your printer. If you use cardstock in a printer that isn't designed for it, you risk paper jams, especially when using heavy cardstock. Allow me to show you some color prints to demonstrate their quality. Now I will demonstrate the auto double-sided printing feature because I think many people don't know how to use it. I'm printing a double-sided document, and when the first print is complete, the printer automatically pulls the paper back to print on the other side. This feature is particularly useful for anyone who needs to print on both sides. Unfortunately, you can't use this feature from Design Space, but you can use it with Illustrator, Adobe Acrobat, Word, and other programs. The Print and Cut feature works on both Windows and Mac computers as well as mobile devices running iOS and Android. Just remember that not all printers are compatible with mobile devices. If you use Apple devices, I recommend getting a printer that supports AirPrint. With the Print and Cut feature in Design Space, you can use different page sizes like A4, letter, legal, tabloid, and A3. However, to use these sizes, your printer must support them. If you want to print large pieces, it's best to invest in a printer that offers large format capabilities. Keep in mind that most home office printers are designed primarily for standard paper sizes, such as A4 and leather. Before I share my recommended printers, it's important to consider a few key points before making a purchase. Cost. Many people choose the most economical printer without considering the cost of ink. Often ink can be more expensive than the initial printer price, so it's better to invest in a printer that will be cost effective in the long run. Check whether the printer uses ink cartridges or tanks. I recommend getting a printer with ink tanks. Check if the printer uses dye or pigment inks. I have more experience with dye ink printers and I prefer them. If you have experience with pigment ink printers, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Verify which types of media the printer supports, such as regular paper, photographic paper, cardstock, etc. Check the paper sizes the printer supports. Connectivity, check if it has wireless, Wi-Fi, AirPrint, USB, etc. Based on your needs, ensure that it's compatible with computers and mobile devices. Now here are my recommended printers. The Epson ET8550 is my top recommendation. This all-in-one printer, print, copy, scan, is similar to my current printer but uses ink tanks. It uses 6 ink tanks, Claria dye inks. This is the same type of ink that my printer uses. According to the specifications, the 6 bottles of ink included are equivalent to 100 cartridges. While this printer may have a higher upfront cost, you will save more money in the long run. It supports various media types including copy paper, photo paper, and cardstock. And it has an auto two-sided printing feature. You can use different paper sizes like A4, A5, A6, leather, legal, executive, A3, and A3+. And it can print borderless up to 13 by 19 inches. The Epson ET8500 is very similar to the previous one. The main differences are that this printer can only print a maximum paper size of 8.5 by 14 inches and it can print borderless up to 8.5 by 11 inches. Epson ET2850. This is also an all-in-one printer, print, copy, scan, with 4 ink tanks that use a combination of pigment and dye inks. I've asked users about printing black on glossy paper with this printer and they reported no issues. This printer doesn't support cardstock. However, for experience, I know that many printers with a top tray can handle light cardstock up to 65 pounds. This printer supports various sizes such as A4, leather, legal, and can be print on both sizes. The Epson ET2800 is very similar to the ET2850, but it exclusively uses dye inks and lacks the auto two-sided printing feature. Canon Pigment G620. This all-in-one printer has 6 dye ink tanks. Generally, printers with more colored tanks or cartridges provide better print quality. It supports various media types, including cardstock, and can print sizes such as A4, leather, and legal. It also has a double-sided printing feature. This is the Epson XP15000. This is the printer that I use. While it produces excellent results, I don't recommend it as highly due to the high cost of ink. Additionally, this model was released in 2017 and Canon has since released newer models like the ET8550 and the ET8500 that are similar but come with essential ink tanks. I'll share links to the printers mentioned in this video. They are part of my Amazon favorite printers list. The 7th printer on the list is my laser printer, which I use for foil projects, while the last 3 are sublimation printers. I hope you like this video and find it informative. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. And that's it. See you in the following video. Ciao, ciao.